So I am back. If you're watching this for the first time, hello sweetie, my name is Mahinda, and I talk to my favorite creative people to find out how we can get into the industry, how we can make money, and how we can make it all work for the good of everybody that's within the industry and everybody that's coming in. This is called a work in progress, and today, hey, I'm the busiest girl on the planet, the busiest person ever. Lena is everywhere, guys. When I tell you everywhere, she's making it work. But also the most professional person, very professional, very, ladies and gentlemen, Lena, she's like, hi, sweetie.
Hi, Mama.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Listen, I want to start from your professionalism.
Okay.
Lena is always on time, first of all. Always on time, but also always consistent. Like, you are about it. If you don't have a project, you are doing something of your own. If you are always within the industry, like, what is it like?
I don't know. I'm just hearing it from. Oh, where do I get it from?
Yeah.
I think my grandfather
Okay.
is very hardworking, but I'm also just very ambitious, and I have a point to prove it.
Oh.
Yeah, especially with my family and stuff. Like I'm the first person to be in media and stuff. Everybody has what they call real jobs.
That's crazy because you're taking me back to like. I'm a hip hop fan, so
Okay.
there's a Casper song that says Mama made it, and in there he always says apparently his cousins are pulling up in cars that are lacquer, and then the creative person comes. Yeah, oh, you're still struggling. You're still what are you doing to get it?
Yeah.
Anyways, I really want to get into how you really think of the creative industry right now, 2024. Because you've also been doing this for so long.
Yeah. This is my 9th year.
Yeah, I was speaking to Glenna at Video Fashion Week, and she's saying she's been doing this for 10 years. Next year
is my 10th year. Yeah.
What do you think about it right now?
Honestly, I love where we are at right now.
Okay.
I know people always had this thing where they're like, oh no, Namibia is behind.
Yeah.
It's slow now. But like to even see an industry where influencers are getting paid real money, for example, where people like Nino, they are filming movies and stuff like that. Filling up cinemas. It's like we are there, guys. Yeah, we are there.
Yeah.
You know, we are finally respected. We are now in a space where we can walk into a corporate space and people actually respect you for your profession.
Yeah.
It's like I'm very glad that I get to experience it while I'm still young, and I've been part of the growth, and I feel like it's amazing right now.
Yeah, compared to back in the day, what was like your first influencer job, or like do you remember? My first, maybe not even influencer, maybe modeling. Like
Modeling,
What was it?
So I remember my first modeling gig was for a cancer. So it's a fashion designer, and she had like a cancer awareness fashion show. Wow.
Because I know it's so long ago.
Yeah, it's very long ago, but I remember very well. We were doing a bit of like promo for it, and we all got like pink T-shirts, and I think we got paid $350 after that.
300.
Yeah, girl, like we were, and I was so happy. Oh my gosh!
So your first
first
job
one
was 300. Where were you at that time in your life? Like, what was happening? Were you a student?
I think I was busy upgrading my grade 12 that time.
Okay.
And I remember my uncle is the one that actually prompted me into like doing the modeling thing, because he's like, girl, you are putting on
Shout out to your uncle.
Shout out to uncle. He was like, no, just try it out.
Yeah.
And I used to play soccer and stuff. I was like,
You are a tomboy.
like, girl.
Because I was just speaking to Johanna.
No,
and she's
tomboy.
saying, why are all models?
I don't know.
When you turn an age,
Yeah,
you're like,
like-
you know what? Let me switch it up.
I don't think I was going to switch it up by myself. And my uncle had said, like, you know, just try it out. You know, you're a tall, dark, beautiful girl. Just go do it.
Yeah.
So then I saw that post on Facebook, and I was like, you know what? Let me give these people a call. Then there was like a casting and stuff. It was my first time casting. I didn't know how to walk in heels. I had heels for church, so I took those heels.
Those plastic ones.
Yeah, I took those heels, and we went and I made friends there even that day. And I was like, okay, this is
But also
great.
you're such a social butterfly.
Yeah.
I feel like you can be friends easily.
I am social, but I'm also quite like shy.
Yeah. But then how do you get business? Because Lenny is always doing business.
Yeah,
If
but
you're shy, you
like I will walk into the room and be like, I'm gonna do this, you know? But like before I get in there, I'm like, oh, my heart is beating. Yeah, I'm a human being at the end of the day.
Okay, you said you were upgrading. Because
Yeah.
I always like to speak to people so I can know from where they're coming from and how they got into the industry and sort of like what inspired them. Because I know there are people that who was I speaking to? Oh, Miss Gideon. She was like, no, I was taking a gap year. And then everything just fell into place. So you initially did grade 12 and you were upgrading.
Yes.
And then
So I didn't have enough points for UNAM, and then I went to upgrade. I went to a college and I went to upgrade my points. And then I started another modeling thing, right?
oh,
Yes, so I went to that first gig, and then I made friends. They put me on, and they would always like text me when there's like castings for other stuff. So
I know you're saying to people so they can be putting you on, because it's, I don't know, like it's hard to make, you know how it's a friendship, but it's also like Chumi.
I think I was just really lucky to find like girls that were not like in competition with me or anything. And also at the time, there wasn't a space where we were like 50 models and stuff. You get?
People are still coming out.
Yeah, so it was like, even if the three of us go, we are definitely getting there.
I'm sending it to you, but I know
I'm also in there, you know. And they were I think maybe like 4 or 5 years older than me. So I was a newbie, so they had already known like people in the industry. So for them it was a thing of, we are going for protocol, but like we know we are in, you know. So me, I had to prove myself. I was like, I'm going, and I was always like so nervous. They're like, no girl, don't worry, you're good. So like they would always send me the stuff and we'd go together. It was
so from then on you got your gig, then you started school. Did you start school?
So then I went and then I started working.
After done upgrading.
So then I did a holiday job at Roof of Africa. I was a waitress there.
Crazy.
And then I forgot my results, and I was like, okay, I can make it to university because I always wanted to study media.
Okay.
And then I quit at Roof of Africa, and then I went to UNAM and I started studying media and political science.
That's why you have like the equal balance.
You know, like I'm very.
And then how did you get in the industry all in all? Where like, because you know where I think I draw you or remember you from. I think it's by socials. Like I always see you with people. I always see you around people. Like how did you kind of like get yourself in there?
I think at a young age I also learned how to network, and like you said, I'm a sociable person, right? I'm not somebody that comes into a room and if I see maybe like a person with a big personality or like doing great for themselves, I'm not really shaken. And
it's very important to have that element of like, you walk in a room and Gaza is there, guys.
Like he's a human being like me. Like I'm walking up to the guy and I'm like, who's it, brother?
Because you are also holding your own.
Okay. And that time I'm like, but I can walk into a room with guys and I'm like, I know how to hold my own. I'm not really faced by people. I'm also on my own journey, so I'm just like, oh great,
check you.
Sure, but like I go around and do my stuff, and you know what usually happens is the one person that's not paying that person attention is who they are drawn to. It's usually like that. You get?
Because like why is she
so chill? Why is she not like faced by my fame and my? And then they start having a conversation with me, and then they find out, oh, what do you do? What do you aspire to do, and all of that. And it just so happens that like I ended up being like in workspaces and friendships and stuff with the people that are also in the line of work that I was aspiring to be in to do. So like it was just natural, to be honest.
And then influencing?
I don't even know how the influencing thing started, to be honest.
Wait, what came first?
So I started
modeling.
I started modeling first, and then I went to MC, and then I television presenting, and now influencing as well.
Okay, so modeling came first.
That opened doors for me. That was my stepping stone.
Okay, and then MC.
When
did you find it yourself to be like, I have the confidence to actually speak?
I think after like being social in the industry and everything, and looking up to certain people also, and saying, you know what, I actually also want to do that, and I think I have the confidence to do that. Let me try it out and see. I'm also somebody who likes to try and fail and try and do a few things as long as it's in the same space. So I went on and I started like, and the person that actually booked me for my first MCing gig had never seen me MC because I'd never MC'd.
What was your first MC?
I think it was Kapana Festival something.
Oh, that's Netball one.
Something in my stadium, back in the day, I don't even know if Netball was on point that time, on board that time. No, I think it was still just the guy struggling, you know.
So there was an actual audience where you had to.
Yeah, girl, there was maybe like 100 people, not many.
Okay, were you nervous?
I was very nervous. And I remember my friend, she's actually my cousin. I found out later on because she was modeling as well at the time. And then we found out that we were cousins, and she started doing makeup at the time as well. So she beat my face, and she's a very fashionable girl. She's like, girl, come, I got clothes for you. Let's make sure you look cute that day. I had a glam team, but you know, back in the day, I had a glam team. It was so cute.
Are you like when you're mixing? Are you like the script type, like where you like write a script and you actually follow it, or do you like?
No. I don't do well with scripts. I don't do well with direction like that. No, like
so you
I come there and I give my personality. Like I think even for like the television stuff, a lot of the times they've told me that they book me because of my personality. And I like to consider myself or see myself as like a truly Namibian, but more than anything, I'm truly Katutura. I rap Katutura, like that's my thing.
She always says,
yeah, like,
she was like, guys,
but you can see that, yeah,
I am from.
That is who I am. That is, you know, that is, I think that's my identity, and that's what people like, because a country like Namibia, people, they love relatable stuff. Like relatability is very big for them. Yeah. So I figured, I was like, you know what, man, let me just run with this, and that's what bagged me all of these kids.
So media has always been like a part of you, because you decided to study it. Okay, and then television. How was your fit? How did you get into it?
And you know, I actually only recently got into television. I mean, I used to do like small production stuff, but like to even get onto NBC, for example, I only got onto NBC maybe like, as a 2022, right? That's like now.
Did you have NBC dreams though? Because I know.
No.
I have like.
You know, when you study media, NBC is not like a dream you wanna have. It's not, you are thinking more like South Africa, what? But then you're in the industry and you're realizing you're like, but you need your people. Before you need your people.
I think that's what people in media don't get.
That
like when you go international, it's better you go international as a whole to be like a Namibian one than going there to be a presenter, because you're just gonna fall into the people that also failed in that country internationally.
And also internationally, they want to know like, what have you done? So if a big company like NBC has trusted you with projects, they know they can trust you as well. So
what was your ultimate like TV, like what channel was it?
Back in the day, ETV. What was the other one? There was a fashion TV. Even like I used to see.
You know what?
Gabriella, what's her name?
Maybe Vuzu. Like
yeah, girl. All of that stuff. Like I loved watching all of those things, and I always looked at it and I was like, I want to be that girl. But I think my grandfather also like manifested that for me, because when we would watch, like, as a family, we would always watch, like, the Miss Namibias, the Big Brothers. Wow. That was our thing. We always did that. We always watched that together. And I would always sit, like, right close to the television. And then he always would say, like, you are going to be on TV one day. And I was so young, you know. And then throughout high school and stuff, I never thought about it and everything. But then once I was actually on TV, I realized, and I remembered my grandfather actually said
this. Spoke this.
He spoke into existence.
So your first TV, what was it your first?
For the national broadcast, it was in Gatukande.
With KP.
Oh my gosh, that
I remember it.
Yeah, that casting was very weird.
Why?
I was not nervous at all. And you know what they usually do is, when you come in, you register and everything, and then they tell you what the show is only that time, and they tell you need to present like an intro.
You lie, so you don't get.
No, you don't get. No, they tell you like you guys are probably 10 or 12 in the room, and then they say, okay, who came first? Okay, start. And then according to the sheet, the registry sheet, you go according to that. And then if you are number 6, by the time number 3 is on, you're writing your intro and you are thinking about you have to go. You that time.
I actually want to have the conversation. Does TV pay? Because I feel like I have friends in the industry. They tell me how much they get paid. Like, does TV pay? Because would you rather do influencing or TV full time?
If it had to do with like the money, influencing pays more.
You see, that's what I keep telling people. You are seeing somebody on TV
every day,
and you're like, you're on TV. Send money.
That's my family, by the way. My extended family thinks, oh, she's on TV, so she's got the bucks. influencing
my
page
shit.
anymore. No,
So
like
TV.
the real tea
Yeah.
is
So TV is a
influencing.
passion.
Yeah, no,
project.
I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
That's why I continuously do it. I mean, it does pay, but it's not like sustainable type of money.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
And then Miss Namibia, how did you get that gig?
Girl. So I went for so last year I did the red carpet, right? And then this year I did the main stage. So last year I went for the auditions. Because I was like, and you know how we have this thing of like, I've been in the industry for a long time, why do I still have to go for auditions?
Call me and
Call
say
me. No, me, I'm not that girl. Me, I'll go for that audition. So I went for
humble.
yeah, me a bit.
Humble.
I will go for the audition. And so like I went for the audition and I remember I was so nervous and I did that kind of before. And that audition was chill. But Miss Namibia, for some reason, I was in my head and I was just so nervous. And I felt like I messed it up. At some point while I'm auditioning, Miss G comes on the comms and she's the producer for the show. She's like, start over, Lena, start over. That's not you. I know that. Yeah.
Wow.
Because in my mind, Miss
It also
Namibia
helps
is.
to get people to believe
Yeah.
Wow.
In my mind, Miss Namibia is this like prestigious, like
Yeah.
you have to be a certain way. So in my mind, I thought like my Katutura self cannot come out at this point, you know?
Wow.
I need to be
So
this
you
well
tried
put
to
together.
maintain it.
I tried, and then she was like, no, we're not doing that. We want you. So I did it again. So then I went home and I thought, I will try again. It's fine. You know, so when they called me for the call back, and I was like, I'm sure. It's me you want, because I messed up in that audition. I won't even lie. So they called me back, and then we did like a group audition as well. So then they realized, okay, this person's personality is like red carpet. Let's put on the red carpet. So I did red carpet that year, last year. Then they called me for the prelims this year. So I thought I'm just going to do the prelims and then I'll do red carpet again at the main event. That was so then after the prelims, because I did prelims by myself, and then after the prelims, they called. They're like, okay, usually at the main show we have two presenters. So you and the girl from last year, Shirin, will do the. And I was like, so I'm going to be on the stage act. It's what you are saying. I'm walking out.
Why is it though? Like, how do you create working relationships where like people will have you call you back over and over again? Like, what do you say to people? Like, what?
I don't even know if there's something you say to people.
Yeah.
You know, I always say I like to work with passionate people more than anything.
Yeah.
And for me, even I think people clearly and evidently see the passion.
Yeah.
You know, I like to think I'm easy to work with. So that's also like a big thing for people in the industry, like especially like people in production and stuff. Like if you're easy to work with, that's a number one thing. Even if my punctuality is another thing.
Yeah.
I'm easy to have a conversation with. I listen to direction also.
Okay.
So
it's really about the character that you present to people.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I always say like if you get one thing, if you get a gig now, make it worth their while. Like so next week they can be like, oh yeah, by the way, we worked with somebody last week. We could call you back again. Call you back again. Call you back again. Okay,
that's also what I strive to do, and I also believe that what is meant for me will not pass me by. I'm very big on that. I could go to audition and feel like, and I would pray and be like, you know what, God, if this is for me, let me have it. If it's not for me, please don't give it to me, because I won't know how to handle it. So what's the point of getting it if I won't know how to handle it? Yeah.
I like your confidence. So like, you're always like speaking life. You always speak life into people.
Yeah.
You are like,
I speak life into people because I never had someone speak life into me. You understand? So it's like I want to do that for somebody else, so that they know and understand that look, man, it's hard. It's very hard, but you can do it. I did it.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. That like people always think media and working in the media is the easiest job. But honestly, to whom much is given, much is required. Because if I, for example, speak about the journey that you have had to take to make the money that you have to make
now only.
Like like back in the day you were broke. Like I don't think people get the reality of like working within the media space. Like you are broke for so long.
For a very long time.
You are broke.
And you know my social sweets. And make wigs.
You are broke for so long, only to arrive now.
But when you arrive, it's like they even know they're not coming to you with their faith case. They know, they respect, because you've been doing it for a while and you've done stuff that they're like, you know what, man, there's absolutely no way she did this one thing and she got paid that little. We have to, if we are approaching her, we are coming with a budget. Yeah, and that's why right now I'm okay with not, I can say that if I have to choose like a 3-month period where I'm only getting 3 or 4 gigs, I prefer that because those 3 or 4 gigs are big bags compared to working every single day for 350, 500. I'm not doing it.
Do you have a rate card?
Yes, of course.
How do you work out a rate card for somebody that's, for example, they have the followers and they have the.
You know me, I don't even have as many followers. You get, but I have an influence.
No, you know what I got from you?
Yeah.
I think you understand the business you are in.
Yeah.
Some people only like the influencer part where like, oh, with who, I'm attending this event, but they don't get the business aspect of it.
Yes.
So like, I feel that's what I'm getting from, because like, so you don't work with the follower situation either.
No, like even when people approach me, they understand that there's an influence because you can have 100,000, 200,000 followers, but you are probably not somebody that can sell anything. Do you understand? So you shouldn't strive to have so many followers. You should strive to have influence.
Yeah.
Influence is a big thing.
Yeah.
So even like the one campaign I'm on now, I think on that campaign I'm one of the people with the least followers. You know, and I'm still getting paid the same amount they're getting paid because they understand
that she has some sort of influence. I wanted to ask that question, like in terms of like corporate Namibian, specifically for Namibian market, like corporate wise. Do you think the corporate people are doing enough to invest into the arts industry?
They've started opening up. I can give them that. They've started opening up. We even get invited now to. You know when they have media launches and stuff, they would always just call the media themselves, the journalists, the radio presenters.
Yeah, journalists are respected in this country.
Yes.
When I tell you guys, a journalist walks in, it's like the PROs they are shaken. But now
us as influencers are invited as well, and you're not just invited, you are getting paid for it compared to like the journalist who's just coming there, she just needs a story and she's leaving. You understand? For me, I'm coming there to work as well, but I'm getting paid for that. I'm getting paid to. So the corporates are very open now. I know they can do more, but I'm glad that they've sat down and they've realized, you know what, we actually need these people. More than anything, of course, traditional media is also necessary. That's why they invite the journalists and stuff, but they also need us. They need the new media values as well. So we are also invited. We are now sitting next.
But also, do you know what my thing is? Corporate get budget, marketing budget.
Yes.
And do you think it's because a billboard, for example, you invest like 30K on a billboard per month?
More even, I think.
Or more. Do you think it should be like a math workout on some?
Yeah, like I feel like
influencing, because you have the numbers, you have the audience. People are, if you look at an influencer's engagement, you can see
they are paying attention to the things you're doing.
You are selling.
Yes.
Do you think corporate get that? Like, I don't know what.
I think they are in the conversations right now. You know what helps? It helps that we have young people in marketing as well. You know, they are the ones that are really putting us on. They are the ones, because the older generation, they're not, what is this Instagram thing? What is this influencing? Is it a real job? So it really helps that we have a junior in marketing somewhere saying, you know what, guys? Yes, let's still do the traditional media way. But the influencing is what is on right now, and we need to invest in those people now. So I'm really glad they are opening up to that now. They could do a lot. I won't lie. They could do more, and even maybe.
Where do you see the industry going though?
Wow. I think it's going to do amazing.
But what are your hopes, personal hopes for the industry?
For the industry?
Yeah, or for people coming in.
I'm really hoping that the entertainment can be something that somebody takes on. For example, me, I work how many jobs? Presenting, model.
She has to go shoot,
you know,
campaign and do tonight she has an event, and then tomorrow she has.
We want to get to a point where I'm strictly an influencer. I'm strictly a model. I'm strictly, you understand, and I'm getting paid well, and I'm living off of that, unless I want to do other things. You know, we want to get to that point. And we also want to get to a point where I have proper creative freedom, and my ideas, I'm able to put them out, and we have enough studios, we have enough videographers, we have enough people to go around, and you can go to any place and somebody's like, your idea is crazy, but
we will.
I see the passion.
I see,
we
yeah,
we want to do more of that stuff because we know Namibians are very like laid back people and very like, I don't want to call them primitive, but we're very.
I'm calling you guys primitive. I'm calling you guys primitive because it's always so hard to catch on.
Yeah.
It takes years to catch on. It's like, guys,
and even when you
internet,
somebody with a different look,
it's like,
who's she? What's legit?
Yeah.
We want to get to a point where like you're actually cool.
Like,
you know,
like we need to be different. We cannot all be the same.
We can't be the same.
There's a lot going on. But thank you so much for pulling through. Thank you so much, Kai.
Thank you for
We learned a lot, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back.